This is the Jonathan Mason Show. Let's get right to it.
This is your boy Jonathan Mason with the Jonathan Mason Show. Right here live, right in the city of Minneapolis, Minnesota, in my other studio, which is The Vehicle. So many different developments going on. If you are tuning in, you know I go live on these current events. Right now on Facebook, currently, I am being banned. And so with that being said, is I have to wait until they take me off. I was getting 2, 3, 4 million views a month on Facebook, and now, you know, I started this YouTube channel, so I'm here going live. I got to build this content. I got to do it all myself. I am doing it all myself. I can't rely on everybody else, because you'll be sitting there waiting for everybody. And I can't do that because I have to get this stuff out to the people. If you've been on my Facebook Live, you know I've already talked about Iran in the Israel situation. It wasn't hard for us to see it was coming. I don't know why everybody was surprised. I talked about it in August 4th, 2024. I said Israel obviously is a proxy to Iran, but we use these countries that are near these quote unquote enemies to go to war. And so we provide weapons, we provide military assistance, we provide Jaggers, Stingers, all of the various things that we've seen happen in Ukraine. Here in the Twin Cities, we have a lot of Ukrainians here. We have a large Jewish population in Minnesota. So a lot of people are a little hesitant to talk about what's going on, but you know, Mr. Mason doesn't have a problem doing that. Now, so many people have been reaching out to me on various platforms because I've been basically silenced. So, Mason, what is going on? Do you believe we're going to be attacked? Absolutely, we're about to be attacked. People are like, oh, it's going to be a false flag. I thought it would be a false flag attack. Guess what? We don't need no false flag attacks. You know why? Because he already attacked it. You know, and this goes into the, you know, and I'll be here doing episodes on Theodore Herzl and catching everybody up on what Zionism is. Is it related to God? Is it the Israel people? No, we know that Israel is not a place. It's a people. It's the house of Jacob. It's the 12 tribes of Israel. And we know where they are. And a lot of people are not happy with a lot of people speaking about what the truth is, but now they're catching on. Been talking about this for over 2 decades. Man, do you guys know that Theodore Herzl was an atheist? Don't say that, that's anti. Wow, that's crazy. That's diabolical. Every time you want to tell the truth, well, 1897 Theodore Herzl, he was an atheist. He doesn't believe in God, and he's the one that's going to create the state of Israel. But then you guys don't know the Balfour Declaration of 1917. We don't talk about Lord Rothschild that created the state of Israel. We got, what's his name, Hamoudi and them, who had to flee Palestine due to the fact that their family and them let the people in. And this is the crazy historical pieces that we have here in Minnesota. If you guys know Hamoudi Sabri, he's quite a character. And when I was talking to him one time, he was, you know, he mentioned, you know, my family, you know, had to flee Palestine back in the 50s or 60s or whatever the case may be due to the fact that the state of Israel was created. When you start putting the pieces of the puzzle together and you listen to what Hitler was saying in his speeches, when you do AI and you get it translated and scribed for you, then you start to say, oh, wow, wow, this is the transcript. Wow, this is what he was saying. This is what he was talking about on usury? Demoralization of these European countries. Mason, what is this about? We know what it's about. This is why I marched 40,000 people to the Federal Reserve and laid everybody down. I'm going to be sending those clips as well. Everybody was stunned. You're going to hear me on the back. I laid everybody actually down. Me and Royce White. We went to the Federal Reserve, and me and him were having a blast. A lot of people are saying, Mason, aren't you and Royce working together? What's going on? Weren't you going to start a show together? Yeah, we were. We were working together. Until Mason said, hold on, what's going on? I've been talking shit to him now due to the fact that I will not sell out, especially when I know the truth. And I don't care if anybody else knows that. And so our relationship took a hit because I kept it real. And it started on this Israel, it was first Palestine with the Israel stuff. And then, and a couple of the people that he's around don't like how I speak the truth. And I told them in their meetings, and I got all the meetings recorded. I told them Russia's going to beat Ukraine. Now we just heard Vladimir Putin say, I'm taking Russia, or I'm taking Ukraine now. Ukraine, he just had, it was 2 days ago, June 21st. Same day we attacked Russia, the same day we attacked Iran, Vladimir Putin said, Ukraine is ours. That's a fact. That's a fact. This is what's going on right now. So Vladimir Putin said it. I'm about to go to post it on all my various media sites. I'm doing all of this by myself. I'm doing the shorts, the clips, the reels, the editing, the producing, the documentaries. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on right now, and I'm in full work mode right now. If you've been reaching out to me, if I haven't been getting back to you, today is June 22nd. 2025. It's approximately 2:52 p.m. I'm right in here in the middle of the city. Last night I was driving around and something was on my heart to drive around the city and say, hey, let me see what the vibe was here in Minneapolis. Oh, it was cracking. Every culture out, food trucks out, everybody smoking weed, they shooting dice on the corner, the illegals is running around, they ain't even worried about the police on every block. A conducive environment for violence, obviously. Aggies was popping. There's no coordination here in America, especially here in the Twin Cities. This is why I've made it the epicenter of the United States. And I hate to say this, Minnesota, be prepared. Minnesota, breaking news, be prepared. Please be prepared. We might be one of the states. I picked Missouri. I'm just trying to be hopeful it ain't Minnesota or Wisconsin or Michigan, but it might be Minnesota by the Great Lakes. Mess the whole water supply up. Why not? We're beefing with Canada, A lot of people are on my page. Well, aren't you conservative? Yeah, that doesn't got nothing to do with it. That's my stances on. I have various stances. I'm a father of 5. I don't really believe in abortion. Women can make their own diabolical choice. And we talk about that stuff. And we will be talking about Margaret Sanger and eugenics and the hopes of eradicating the black race through Planned Parenthood and all these various other organizations that think their ass is slick. But they don't care. No one cares anyways. There's 350,000 people killed in Palestine. I was talking to one of my family members. He don't got a clue. This is 2 years ago. I said, World War III is about to start. It's going to probably start in the next 2 years. To the day, almost. To the day, I was exactly right. How is that? It's not hard to see what's going on. Colonialism is drowning. I see Nick Fuentes and others, talking. Nick is on point with some of the things he says. You know, obviously he's a white nationalist. I'm not mad at him trying to be Eurocentric. I don't mind it. Charlie Kirk, he bothers the shit out of me. I'm not going to lie. You know, Royce and them are all Charlie Kirk. I was with Roy. I was supposed to be on Real America Voices. Hell no. Then you got Liz Collins over there, and I don't have a problem really with Liz Collins. I really don't. Because most of the time she's telling the truth. I know why she's took her stances because of her husband and Bob Crow. And I know Bob Crow and unfortunately, you know, through litigation purposes and stuff, when it was time to apply a pressure here in the Twin Cities, we had to go to federal court. And I won. I won in federal court. I always win in federal court. This is because when you do you follow the constitutional rights that were bestowed with you and that America built. So I'm America first. Do I believe in blowing stuff up and doing it? I'm absolutely not. We need to stop the madness. But the problem here in the Twin Cities for sure is I think there's a thirst for the madness in the world. We're desensitized. We're desensitized because maybe 5 years ago, they made us feel like we can be desensitized to people dying, even when they weren't. They will be now. Myocarditis is coming on a level that they haven't seen in the history, because we know it, because we follow the money trail. We called Johnson & Johnson. We knew Johnson J&J was going to go through what they did. We knew they were going to come off the market. Duh, I said it a year and a half before it happened. You gotta go, and this is why I'm ripping all my face live with Jonathan Mason, the Jonathan Mason Show, the mornings with Mason. Look at those hashtags on Facebook. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this guy really sent it up. I'm the one that got the United States and the world like this, and they don't know it. They will now here on the Jonathan Mason Show, but they didn't know it. You're gonna see me pulling up. Oh, we got so much content. I'm in the trenches. You know, I beg these leaders, quote unquote leaders, to come out. They're not in the north side. Royce, where are you at, Royce? I always say this. Royce White. And if you're tuning in, you'll be hearing individuals like Royce, because Royce is applying pressure in his own way. I got him going politically. He might not tell you that, but I knew, because I got it all recorded. Not only do I have it all recorded, I was applying pressure here in the Twin Cities before George Floyd, before Philando Castile, before Thurman Blevins, before Justine DeMond, before Dante Wright, before Ricky Cobb. See, after George got murdered and killed, Floyd, which is the movement I led here in the Twin Cities. You know, you see all these other people. There's a character in the Twin Cities by the name of, you have, matter of fact, there's characters in the Twin Cities. And not only are they characters, they're poverty pimps. They're governmental contract grant hustlers. They and I call many of the groups are color for shirt Negroes here in the Twin Cities. They wear the red shirts, the orange shirts, the green shirts. And they sit out inside and they play like they doing something. Mason, we stopping the crime, move out the way. Get out the way. You Negroes, get out the way. Real pressure's coming through, and we're not playing no games. And so when this pressure comes and these groups come and they're holding us back, the gatekeeping comes. Then the gatekeeping comes, then everybody's getting checks, then they neutralize you. See, everybody's been neutralized. Mason was not neutralized. I ended up going to Hennepin County Jail. All charges got dropped. But I had to go shut down 94. Alpha News and Bring the Crime News. Oh, they put me on there. Oh, you didn't put me on there when when I was saying stop the murdering of unarmed black men. I don't care if Ricky Cobb drove off. We had non-lethal options for them. Put the helicopter in the sky. Have criminal justice. You guys don't know this stuff? Is this something you guys don't know here in policing and law enforcement? And then what happens is they get these black guys, when I'm applying pressure, they get these dark-skinned brothers because they get mad at me. Oh, brother, you light-skinned, you pretty boy, da-da-da-da. Shut your ass up. And see, everybody in the Twin Cities, you can mention Jonathan Mason name, they're gonna be like, oh, that nigga ain't nothing to play with. Oh, that brother is off the chain. And in a good way. I'm very passionate. I feed the homeless. We're hands-on. We're leading. We're finding the missing people. Speaking of missing people, I talked about it on my last episode. 1 to 2 bodies, and we talked about the missing people in Brooklyn Park. These leaders ain't talking about the missing people in Brooklyn Park. Georgia Fort is not talking about it, and she's a black woman who got a Grammy or Oscar or court, but never telling no news. There's missing black women all over the city. Do a story on Pretty Pre, Georgia Ford. Do something. But you guys don't do it because you know why? You're playing around, you're working for the agenda, and then you guys get mad at individuals like myself who pull up to URock over North Minneapolis and shut it all down. Got all these brothers walking around. Which one of you guys is going to do something and touch me? Do something. Whole building surrounded and they ain't even know it. Then when they see me at Juneteenth and all these, what up, brother, on my mama, they told me you wasn't playing. I've never played with nobody you better go ask my mom. I'm not sitting up here playing with people. We got work to do. And we're going to be talking about that here in the Twin Cities. Iran is going to strike back very soon. I'm not going to hold you guys too long. We got to keep it moving. There will be part 2 of this.